Tony Stark, who has inherited the defense contractor Stark Industries from his father, is in Afghanistan with his friend Colonel James Rowe to demonstrate the new Jericho missile. After the successful demonstration, the convoy is ambushed by the men of Raza. He is captured and imprisoned in a cave, where a fellow captive Yinsen saves his life by putting an electromagnet in his chest. Tony Stark was supposed to be assassinated, but Reza got greedy and wanted Jericho for himself. So he asked Tony Stark to make him a Jericho missile, but Tony Stark refuses to make, so he tortures and makes him say yes. Stark builds a small electric powerful generator called as Arc Reactor and replaces it with the electromagnet in his chest. Then Stark shows his secret plan for the escape to the Yinsen. They secretly start to build a powerful armor to aid in their escape, although they keep the suit hidden almost to the completion, but the Ten Rings discover their hostage's intention and attack the workshop. Yinsen sacrifices himself to divert them while the suit fully charged. The armored Stark battles his way out of the cave to find the dying Yinsen, and then escapes and is rescued by Colonel Rhodes. Stark returns home and announces that his company will cease to manufacture weapons. Obadiah Stane, his father's old partner and company's manager, advises Stark that this may ruin the Stark Industries and his father's legacy. In his home workshop, Stark builds a sleeker and more powerful version of his improvised armor suit, as well as more powerful arc reactor. Stane asks Tony Stark to give him the details about the arc reactor, but Stark decides to keep his work to himself. At a charity event held by Stark Industries, reporter Christine Evenhart informs Stark that his company's weapons were recently delivered to the Ten Rings and are being used to attack the Yinsen's home village, Gulmira. Stark, with his new armor, flies to Afghanistan where he saves the villagers. While flying back home, Stark is attacked by two fighter jets of US. He reveals his secret identity to Rhodes over the phone in attempt to end the attack. Meanwhile, the Ten Rings gather the pieces of Stark's prototype suit and meets Stane, who has been trafficking arms to the criminals worldwide and has staged a coup to replace the Stark as Stark Industries CEO. Obadiah Stane kills Reza and his crew and takes the prototype armor suit. Stane has a massive new suit reverse engineered from the wreckage. Seeking to track his company's illegal shipments, Stark sends Post to hack into database. She discovers that Stane hired the Ten Rings to kill the Stark. Potts meets with Agent Phil Coulson of S.H.I.E.L.D. and informs him of Stane's activities. Obadiah's scientists couldn't build duplicate of Stark miniaturized arc reactors, so Stane ambushes Stark at his home and takes one of his original chest piece. Pepper Potts and several S.H.I.E.L.D. agents attempt to arrest Stane, but he gets his suit started and attacks them. Stark fights with Stane but is outmatched without his new arc reactor to run his suit at full capacity. The fight carries on. Stark and Stane get onto the top of Stark Industries building. Stark instructs Post to overload the arc reactor. This unleashes a massive electrical surge that causes Stane and his armor to fall into the arc reactor, exploding the arc reactor and killing him. The next day at the press conference, Stark defies the suggestions from the S.H.I.E.L.D. and publicly admits that he is Iron Man. In the post-credit scene, S.H.I.E.L.D. director Nick Fury visits Stark, telling him that Iron Man is not the only superhero in this world, and explaining that he wants to discuss the Avengers Initiative.